We got EIU first-year head coach Marqus McGlothan, 2 years previous with the staff as an assistant associate head coach before taking over. Coach, just ahead of your first season here as the head coach, just give us some general thoughts before we go to some questions.
Just blessed, man. Just blessed to have the opportunity to lead this program. Just that's the best way to put it. That's the best way to put it right now.
That's good. We'll go to some of our questions here again. If you have questions, let me know down in the chat. Rob Calhoun, you're up.
Hey, Coach, how's it going today?
All right, how you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. How did it make you feel after you got the coaching job that the players who remained on the team stayed with the program, knowing that they have faith in you leading them?
Again, like just go back to what I said before, man. Just felt blessed and just thankful that I mean, when I got the job, I reached out to all those people and just told them I appreciated them trusting me. Obviously, in those type of situations, they have the opportunity to go in the portal, but all of them have faith in me. So, it gives you that extra bit of motivation not to let them down too.
Talk about some of your newcomers that you have this year.
I mean, Alex and Kylie, very impactful on the floor. They've been doing very well in practices. In addition to that, I can say Kennedy Davis and Jada Johnston have been very impactful for our locker room. Just real good energy. And, as coaches know, team chemistry is everything. And I could argue that our team chemistry wouldn't be what it is now if it wasn't for those two players.
Is there a player that is returning to this year's team that you think might be under the radar
Um,
and will surprise people?
I think Ellis will, just because she didn't get an opportunity to play a full season with her being injured and those types of things. So I think she will have a impact, and I also think Ella Loon, she didn't play that much at all last year, and just being the hustle kid that she is, I think she's gonna turn some heads as well.
Outside shooting, you've struggled with the last couple of years. How have you addressed it with the players that you have on the team?
I think it's just about shot selection, and so we have some people that have the capability of hitting threes, but it's just on us to find the right shots. I think you can easily shoot 12, 20% from the three-point line when you jacking up the wrong shots. But if we're smart with our shot selection, we can shoot a higher percentage from the three-point line.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you.
No problem.
And Mike Brad's got some questions here in just a sec. I wanted to ask before I go to him, we just heard from Macy, and you could probably talk about her for a long time, but just the season she had last year, can you sum that up and just what she has meant to the program?
I mean, Macy has meant a lot to our program. I mean, I could go on just about the success she's had on the court and as a student as well, not just as an athlete. And so, I mean, before her, she puts in the work. Her and I have worked hand in hand the whole time. I mean, her first year here was my first year here as well. And we spent a lot of the time in the gym to developing her game. And she's just been a very impactful player. And me being able to see her grow as a person has been a big thing to me.
All right, let's go to Mike Brad then. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, Marcus, how you doing?
All right, how you doing, Mike?
I'm doing good. What's it like to coach a team when you've got the best player in the conference and you know that the other team is going to do stuff to try to take her away or limit her or whatever? Does that change the way you coach from a team where maybe you don't have that one real standout player?
Um, I mean, at the end of the day, like the thing that I tell them is that great teams beat great players. And so, yes, it helps and it makes the game easier having a player like Macy. But at the same time, we understand people are going to double team, triple team, and we got to prep for other players to come in and impact the game. Otherwise, shoot, if she scores 30, we still need another 30, 35 points to win that game from somewhere else. So just making sure other people are involved and making sure that we're not one-dimensional. Our goal is to, if we can put people in the spot where they have to guard Macy one-on-one, that would make the game easier for us.
Can you talk a little bit about the adjustment? I mean, you're only moving 18 inches up the bench here, but I'm assuming it's a bigger adjustment than that, right?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is just the stuff outside of basketball. So, dealing with actually making decisions and having to be a little bit more in spotlight and those types of things. The basketball part, I would say, has been the easiest part. It's just been the off the court, off the basketball things that you got to kind of report to in situations like that.
Is a lot of that kind of new for you then? Or have you done these sorts of things in the past?
Some of the things I've done in the past, but not to this extent where you gotta, it's different when you're dealing with it once a week, once every 2 weeks, compared to as a head coach, you got to deal with it every day.
Looking at your schedule, it looks very challenging in the pre-conference part of it. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I mean, we're in a conference where in order for us to reach our goal, we have to win everything. And so we got to prep ourselves for it. And so, yeah, the non-conference schedule is challenging, but we have a older veteran team, and it's on us to not hold them back, put them out in the fire, and see what we do.
So I think 7 of the first 9, as I look at it here on the road, it looks like. Is that something you kind of set out to do, or is that just kind of how it worked out?
That's how it worked out this year. Next year we'll have some more home games.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Marcus.
No problem. Appreciate it.
What have you seen, just in your 2 previous years, just the league in general, and what the competition level? Obviously, USI came in, and then now they won last year. Have you seen that, like the quality and depth of teams in the conference?
I think our conference is better than what people give us credit for, to be honest with you. I think for us, we have some. I mean, I've looked through some scores, and the team that finished 3rd or 4th in another conference, I want to say in the Summit, lost to the team that finished 8th in our conference in a regular season game. And so for us, the competition with players is good, and also I just think there's some good coaches in our conference that are able to compete and play against other people as well.
If you had to say, what is one thing that your team would need to do to be in contention to win the OVC championship this year, what is that one thing?
Not turn the ball over. Take care of the ball, value the ball.
Anybody else? Questions for Coach? All right, Coach, appreciate your time this afternoon. Just best of luck to you and your program this year.
All right, appreciate it. You take care.